Hello, Pop Consumer Society. We're back. Let's talk about Superman. Superman is going to compete for the Golden Globe in an unexpected category. Before I reveal that, I'll talk again about Ned Bets, the new game at Quattro Coisas. For you to have fun and win prizes. How does it work? You're going to have fun and win prizes. In this first round, you're going to answer the question: do you think the new movie Predator Savage Lands will surpass $30 million on its opening weekend in the United States? You will answer by sending a pix to these QR codes that are on your screen. If you think it will exceed $30 million, send 5 rays to the yes QR code. If you think it won't surpass 30 million, you will send 5 rays to the no QR code. If you get your bet right, you qualify for the drawing that I will do. I'm raffling off this D20 from Dungeons and Dragons that you assemble into a red dragon. So are you going to win? Quattro Coisa's next raffle is a game where you'll answer this question. We'll keep asking questions through this year and next. I hope it works out and we can do a really cool contest here on the channel. Are you going to answer this question about Predator this weekend? It goes until Sunday at 2 post meridian. At 2 post meridian, the picks will be closed. I won't consider any picks sent after 2 post meridian on Sunday. So you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until noon for Pachipa. So join now so we can help boost the return of the 4K camera from 4 things that are already being fixed. And I need your help, so you'll have fun and win while helping me. How about a nerd bet? You'll win. Can I send it multiple times? Yes. Can I vote for both? Yes, you can. So you can participate either way, so don't waste time and come make a nerd bet. Let's discuss Superman since there was news about his Oscar this week. I made a video on it that you guys really enjoyed. About the Oscar consideration request for Superman from Warner Discovery. James Gunn had sent them. For almost all categories, Superman competed in almost all of them. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Screenplay, Best Cinematography, Hair, Makeup, Sound, Original Score, among others. And I said it was normal for that to happen. Usually big movies submit for all categories. You never know, right? But there were only a few categories that could really guarantee a nomination, not just a pre-nomination. I was betting more on sound, special effects, maybe even cast, but Best Picture in this case, because there are 10 nominees. But all of that wasn't going to happen. It wasn't a reality. And now comes this other one. Another piece of information is that not only is Warner Discovery trying to get Superman into the Oscars, but they're also trying to get Superman into the Golden Globes. What's the difference between the Oscars and the Golden Globes? The Oscars are awards given by the Academy. They're given by peers. Those who have already been nominated for an Oscar have the right to vote. There's a group there that votes for the year's best. But it's the creators themselves, filmmakers, actors, technicians, who vote. In the case of the Golden Globe, it's a press award, so the ones who vote are the critics. And Superman is competing for the Golden Globe. A suggestion was sent for Superman's nomination, but what makes this news so unusual is that Superman is actually competing for a nomination. In the drama category, because for Best Picture at the Golden Globes, there's a division between drama and musical or comedy. It doesn't have to be a comedy or a musical, but you can classify it as either drama or musical comedy. And what about Superman? He's classified, but not rationally classified, in the musical comedy category. It's the lightest, most action-packed movie with more. No. When it was time to submit the movie's name to compete, they put it in drama. So Superman will compete with the movies for a Golden Globe nomination. That's curious. When I saw this news, I said, well, the competition for musical comedy must be really high. And Superman doesn't stand a chance of getting a nomination. The competition this year must be a little easier. By using this workaround, we're saying Superman is a... Maybe it's easier to make a prediction. But then I read about the subject and several film critics saying no. That the competition is much tougher, that it will be much harder for Superman to get a nomination as a drama than as a musical or comedy, even because of the unusual nature of the situation. And then I just don't understand what's going on. We only have one answer. And James Gunn is with us. We know about the size of James Gunn's ego. We know how he likes it. To show up to be remembered as the guy from the DC universe, he's working on this character. In fact, when he arrives at the DC universe, he leaves Marvel. He gives himself a makeover, grows a white beard, his hair turns white, and he appears more serious. He's not the young guy he once was, who got into trouble for his tweets. Now he gives himself a makeover. Now, as a chief executive officer, now as a guy who is planning management production, not just as that childish, terrible director which he kept up until he was almost 50 years old, James Gunn might be just dazzled by his own movie. And since the movie can compete with any drama this year, one advantage Superman has in all these awards is that mainly the Oscars tend to reward more popular movies, or at least nominate them, and the Best Picture category at the Oscars has 10 nominations. Back when Black Panther was released in 2017 or 2018, they considered adding a popular film category for the year's most popular movie. But the Academy itself, those old folks there, those more reactive people, said no way. We're not going to turn the Oscars, this traditional award, into a popcorn party. There won't be a popular film category. There won't be that category. So what happened? The decision was to increase the number of nominees from 5, which was the usual, to 10. Each year another film with little chance but growing popularity gets in. To attract viewers, to generate reactions on social media, to boost engagement, because they need to raise the prestige of the award on social media as well, so they're trying ways to do that without degrading the award. Do these 10 nominees serve that purpose, and can Superman get nominated? That's why it's the third most watched movie in the United States. It loses to Minecraft, which won't be nominated for Best Picture, and it loses to Little Stitch, which also won't be nominated for Best Picture. So, Superman, maybe one of the first ones there, The Sinners, could be nominated too, but not much beyond that. So it's the most popular movie, with some appeal for Best Picture Oscar of the year. It might not get anything, guys. I'm not even making a bet here. I wouldn't put money on it, no. But there's a chance. Since there are 10 nominees at the Golden Globes, the chances are much lower because there are only 5 nominees, and also the category is drama. So it gets even harder for a film critic to look at Superman and say, wow, this is the drama of the year. I don't think that's going to happen. But what do you think? Write it down below. And don't forget, do the Ned bets. Trust your instincts. Will the Predator make more than 30 million or less than 30 million on the first weekend? Go ahead, do the Ned bets. See you soon. Goodbye. That was another episode of 4 Things. The channel has at least 3 videos every day from Monday to Sunday. If you liked it, here are some more suggestions for you to watch. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell for new notifications. Thank you very much. See you next time.